Solo. Adjective. Done by one person alone, unaccompanied. For the vast majority of our trips, we here at Overland Adventure Times are solo, as in just one vehicle out on the trail. There are a variety of reasons for this. We're certainly not opposed to company, but to make the most of our time, we frequently leave our house at ungodly hours just so we can start the off-road parts of our journeys right when most people are just getting out of bed. And then we spend 10 or 12 hours exploring before finally settling down. Not everyone seems to enjoy this, but we thrive on it. But this weekend, solo means something else. Not only just one rig on the trail, but only one person inside. Nicole is taking a long weekend to work on a new book that she's writing, so I have elected to work off some of the pounds gained over the holidays, and not only do a solo overnight, but also an overnight backpack. In the high desert, in the winter, with snow in the forecast. Will I be able to stay comfortable with an ultralight style loadout? Come along for the ride. Alright guys, well we made it to the trailhead, so just getting started. We've got about 11 miles, a little over 11 miles planned for the first day before we get to the area where I've planned on camping. So we'll get to it. I don't know how fast I'm going to be. It's been a while since I've done any kind of a real hike, so we'll see how it goes. So a little backstory on this route. I had originally laid this out in, I think it was March of 2020. So I always thought this would be a great winter backpack. Perfect terrain. Usually doesn't have a lot of snow. So this one's been a long time coming. The overall temps really aren't that bad. Man, that wind has a bite to it. So I found me a good sitting log, so I think it's time for some breakfast. not a bad breakfast. Steak bites, applesauce, and Tootsie Rolls. The fruit flavored kind, good ones. None of that chocolate stuff. You know, being out here again, it's a pretty good reminder that if you're looking at getting into backpacking, this is a really great area to try it out. You've got flat terrain, no hard trails, and if you decide you can't get to where you originally planned, there's flat areas everywhere. You can literally stop and pitch a tent pretty much wherever you're at. So that makes it nice and easy. Just there's no water, so you've got to pack in everything you need, and definitely don't do it in summer because it's hot and there's no shade. But other than that, if you're looking to try it out, test out your gear, I think this is a great introductory area for backpacking. Well, we seem to have some preset beginning. So we're transitioning to just the GoPro for now. It was supposed to be like a 30% chance of snow for part of the late morning and afternoon. We'll see. It doesn't really seem like snow. Seems like it might be more shitty, sleety rain. We'll see. This is the way. Not a bad little spot for lunch. So we've entered the dark period of the hike where things are starting to hurt, starting to feel the pack weight, starting to question my life's decisions. So we're just going to take a break, start to feel better. Luckily the sprinkles aren't amounting to much, super just intermittent little tiny guys. So hopefully it stays like that if it's not going to snow. I don't want to deal with the rain. It's kind of BS, man. Alright guys, so we are getting, you probably can't see that at all, reasonably close to where we're going to be camped tonight. And we're getting into more and more of these super cool lava flow formations. This one especially is just like a big dome with a giant split. Check that out. Ends up being home to all kinds of birds and wildlife. Pretty cool. Excited to be close to camp. Be nice to pitch the tarp and get out of the wind. Although it's either toned down a little bit or I'm just in an area where it's not hitting too bad right now. It's pretty brutal when it hits though. Well, these big depressions are what I was looking for a spot to camp. Thought it might be protected by wind. Be a cool little tucked in setting. Not this one specifically. So I'm going to go up and around here. But hopefully this works out. Looks like it's still holding on to some snow back there. Well, these are cool. With the wind, we're we're still we got up too high, and even down in the depression, it's not cutting it back any. So I think I'm going to backtrack. There are some pretty nice spots back there. So that's the plan. Well guys, I think this is going to be it. Decently protected. There comes a gust now. Way better than it was where I was planning to be, so that's nice. But got a good spot here. I moved a rock. Should be plenty of space for my tarp. Pretty good amount of downed wood. I could do a little fire if I wanted to, so I think this is home. So I'm gonna get the tarp set up, get shelter, and then yeah, start emptying the back and making myself comfortable. So here we go. So yeah, it's been a minute since I set this up. Go easy on me. Alright guys, time for a little tour of the Taj Mahal here, if you can call it that. So this is, the shelter is a gatewood cape from Six Moon Designs. It doubles as a tarp and a rain poncho. You can actually wear it. That top piece there is actually a hood. I've done that once. It's awkward because it's big and bulky, but it worked good when I needed it. Cool thing about it being a tarp is it's got the zipper down the front, so you can be 100%, 360 degrees surrounded, which is actually really nice. Of course, you don't have a floor, so that's why I've got the plastic, the polycro, just to give you something between you and the ground. And then, since this was a colder trip, I brought 2 mats, the 1/8" foam, and then a normal Z-Light type from Thermarest that's cut in half, of course, for weight savings. And then my feet use the my pack for the rest of what I lay on for my feet. So you actually, once you're inside, you got a decent amount of room. You've got plenty of space back in the corners, front and back, to kind of set your stuff. Things are still pretty messy, of course, but sleeping bag is getting uncompressed and fluffed, so there's a pack, so legs go there. This will go all the way up, of course. I brought a bigger pillow than I usually do, a little more comfort. This is my down booties for my feet, beanie, thin pair of gloves. These are military surplus pants liners, and I put these over my pants for some extra insulation on the bottom of me. Figured they'd come in handy for tonight. 2 jackets, whereas I usually just bring 1. So 2 puffies. Even brought some mittens just in case. And then I just kind of lay out all my other crap, like I said, along the edges. So that's the tour. I always keep my water cooking stuff right up here, because when you're fully enclosed, you could actually set your stove up and cook in here if you needed to. Like, it's starting to sprinkle a little bit more right now, so we'll see. I think before I do anything else, though, I'm going to lay down, take a little bit of a nap, get comfortable. Might find me some wood. I don't know. I'm still debating about a fire. It might be nice later. Still got a couple hours of daylight, though, so we'll see. I'll take you along for the ride.
Well, we got dinner cooking, so to speak, and so I think I'll probably sign off for tonight, and I will see you guys in the morning, let you know how things went overnight.
This has not been the best night's sleep.
Well, alright guys, now that there's a little bit of light in the sky, I'll give you an update here. Woke up, actually slept pretty good, but I woke up starting to feel like I wasn't sleeping good until I stopped and did the math, and I'd already gotten a full 8 hours of sleep. So it's no wonder I was tossing and turning in inherently uncomfortable conditions. So put it off till around 4:30. But then started packing up camp and hit the trail right about 5 a.m. So not too bad. And been making pretty good time ever since here. Almost back out to the, it's called the Homestead Trail. Something like that. It's the one we started off on. And it's a pretty good long stretch when we hit it. But yeah, so overall, really can't complain, I don't think. So Type 2 fun.
And that's what the constant soft sand does. Your feet are always just constantly moving. Ah, that hurts. Ah. It is good to see that old girl.
Well, made it to our car camp location. So kind of got settled in the back here.
And the plans are to nap, read a book, probably mess around on the phone since I actually have service here. So, do some of that until it's time to make dinner. Got a steak to cook tonight. Yeah, so just gonna stay warm and comfortable for a change. Working quite nicely. Well, things got a little smoky in here, but I can live with that. Well guys, it is pretty much full dark here tonight on day 2, so I think I'm just going to finish things off by reading my book till I get tired and go to sleep. So, gotta say, it's been a fun weekend, but I don't see myself being a solo adventurer very often. So, it was fun to do it, especially out in the Badlands backpacking. But yeah, I think I'm better as part of a pair. Alright. Good night, guys. Well, guys, I got creeped out there. Everything was going great. Starting to get caught up on some YouTube videos, and saw some headlights, and it looked like they had turned down. I was on like basically a little dead end spur and some trees there that you could see. It looks like initially they turned down my little way. Then I kind of lost track, and it almost looked like they were heading back the way they came, the way I'm going now. But I just couldn't verify. I thought I saw like a flashlight at least at one point through the trees. It didn't seem like headlights. So threw on the shoes and put the stove down and decided I guess be safe than sorry. I wouldn't be able to actually go to sleep not knowing for sure where they ended up out there. Just, we're out here on BLM land. You never know what kind of cuckoo can come along. So, anywho, this is another trip where I'm moving camp, I guess. Don't know where I'm going to try and end up. We'll just see. So I'll take you along as best I can here in the dark. Alright guys, I think it's just back to the trailhead. It's fairly close to where I was at. I'm tired. It's a pretty nice big area. So yeah, here we go. Looks like we got some other backpackers here. Didn't expect to see any cars left. It's probably safe to park next to a Tesla and a Leaf, right? Nothing like a brisk 20 degrees to start your morning. I was great in my sleeping bag. It's time to make some coffee and then hit the road.
first rays of light began to creep into the cold eastern sky, I reflected on the irony of people assuming that backpacking and hiking is dangerous or scary because of wildlife. This trip proved once again that the farther you get away from the easy to access areas, the safer you are from the potential threat of that which is much more likely to cause you harm, or at least annoy you, which is humans. So no matter where or how you choose to go out and adventure, be safe and be prepared, whatever that may look like for you.
And it was scary as fuck.
But as for me, I will always be the most peaceful, on foot, at least 10 hard miles away from any trailhead. If you find people out there, they are typically of the same mindset that you are. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you again for the next adventure.